Have you ever found yourself at an ATM, needing a specific amount of cash, only to be hit with a limit exceeded message? Or perhaps you're concerned about security, wishing you could control how much can be withdrawn from your account daily. If you're a Rogers Bank customer, you're not alone in these thoughts. ATM withdrawal limits are a crucial aspect of managing your finances, offering both convenience and a layer of security. But how exactly do you navigate these limits with Rogers Bank? Can you change them? And what are the implications of doing so? Today, we're diving deep into everything you need to know about setting and understanding your ATM withdrawal limits with Rogers Bank. This isn't just about avoiding a frustrating declined transaction, it's about empowering you to take control of your money, enhance your financial security, and make your banking experience smoother. We'll explore the standard limits, discuss how you might be able to adjust them, and provide practical tips to ensure you're always in the driver's seat of your cash flow. So, if you've ever wondered how to optimize your ATM experience with Rogers Bank, stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll have all the answers you need to master your withdrawals. Let's begin by understanding what ATM withdrawal limits actually are and why they exist. Every bank, including Rogers Bank, sets a maximum amount of money you can withdraw from an ATM within a specific period, usually per day. These limits are in place for a few key reasons. First and foremost, they're a security measure. If your card is lost or stolen, or if your account details are compromised, a daily withdrawal limit significantly restricts the amount of money a fraudster can access, limiting your potential losses. Think of it as a safety net, designed to prevent a complete draining of your account in the event of unauthorized access. Secondly, these limits are a part of the bank's operational management. They help manage the availability of cash in ATMs, ensuring that there's enough for all customers, especially during peak times. It's a delicate balance between providing convenient access to cash and maintaining sufficient reserves. Lastly, for some customers, these limits can act as a subtle spending control. If you're trying to stick to a budget, knowing there's a daily cap on physical cash withdrawals might encourage more mindful spending. Now, let's talk specifically about Rogers Bank. It's important to clarify that Rogers Bank primarily issues credit cards, particularly the Rogers MasterCard, which is known for its cash-back rewards and benefits related to Rogers services. While credit cards can be used for cash advances at an ATM, these are distinctly different from withdrawing funds from a traditional debit account. A cash advance on a credit card is essentially a loan, incurring immediate interest charges and often a cash advance fee. It's not a direct withdrawal from your checking or savings account. This distinction is critical because many users might associate ATM withdrawal limits with their regular checking or savings accounts, which are typically tied to a debit card. However, Rogers Bank's primary offering is credit cards. Therefore, when we talk about Rogers ATM withdrawal limits, we are generally referring to the cash advance limit on your Rogers Bank MasterCard. If you have a different type of account with a partner bank that Rogers Bank works with, and that account comes with a debit card, then the ATM withdrawal limits for that debit card would be set by the partner bank, not Rogers Bank directly. For the purpose of this video, we'll focus on what's relevant to Rogers Bank's direct offerings, which largely revolve around their credit cards. So, what are the typical cash advance limits on a Rogers Bank MasterCard? Unfortunately, there isn't one universal, publicly stated cash advance limit that applies to all Rogers Bank MasterCards. Your cash advance limit is a portion of your overall credit limit, and it's determined by Rogers Bank based on your creditworthiness, account history, and other internal factors when your card is issued. It's generally lower than your overall credit limit for purchases. For example, if you have a $5,000 credit limit, your cash advance limit might be $500 or $1,000. This is done to mitigate risk for the bank, as cash advances are considered a higher risk transaction. How can you find your specific cash advance limit? The easiest way is to check your Rogers Bank MasterCard statement. Your credit limit, including your cash advance limit, will typically be listed there. Alternatively, you can log into your Rogers Bank online banking portal or use the Rogers Bank mobile app. Navigate to your card details or account summary, and you should be able to see your allocated cash advance limit. If you can't find it, a quick call to Rogers Bank customer service is always the best way to get precise information about your account. Their customer service number is usually found on the back of your card or on their official website. Now, the burning question: can you set or change your Rogers ATM withdrawal limits? Here's where things get a bit nuanced, especially since we're talking about cash advances on a credit card. Unlike a debit card linked to a checking account, where you might have some flexibility to adjust daily ATM withdrawal limits up or down for security or convenience, credit card cash advance limits are generally fixed by the bank. You typically cannot set your own cash advance limit in the same way you might customize a daily debit card limit. Rogers Bank determines this limit for you. However, you can potentially influence it indirectly. If you're looking for a higher cash advance limit, you would generally need to request a credit limit increase on your overall Rogers Bank MasterCard. If approved, a portion of that increased credit limit might be allocated to your cash advance limit. But again, this isn't a direct setting of the ATM withdrawal limit, it's a request for an overall credit limit adjustment, of which the cash advance limit is a component. To request a credit limit increase with Rogers Bank, you typically have a few options. You can often do this through your online banking account or the mobile app, if the option is available. Look for sections like Account Management, Credit Limit, or Request Increase. If you don't see an online option, calling Rogers Bank customer service is the most direct route. Be prepared to discuss your financial situation, income, and why you're requesting an increase. The bank will review your credit history, payment behavior, and other factors to determine if you qualify. It's worth noting that new accounts often need a minimum of 6 months of good payment history before they are eligible for a credit limit increase. Some users have reported success by simply calling in and asking, as their system might automatically offer an increase if you're eligible. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.